Thank you. Thank you. While flights nearly collide, the airports won't let you sleep inside. It's true, even stars experience pain when they dare to travel by plane. Married Hollywood stars, they do exist. Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, along with their 2 kids, were kicked out of the Boston airport for trying to sleep at the gate. Airport authorities deny it had anything to do with how awful their movies are. The flight was delayed 9 hours into the next day, and every hotel within 50 miles was booked. So they decided to spend the night. They spent $600 on blankets and sheets at the airport, and pillows. Geez, for that price, they could have bought 4 bottled waters. Little airport joke. But $600, come on, haven't they heard of other reasonably priced products? Yeah. There are no MyPillow outlets at the airport. I find that kind of sinister. Well, anyway, after the airport kicked them out, they found their way to a friend of a friend's house. That's mysterious. At 1 a.m., the lesson? I'm glad I only travel by big wheel. Meanwhile, in Florida, an Allegiant, which I've never heard of, plane was almost hit by a private jet, and it wasn't mine. Passengers were so distraught, they actually stopped beating the crap out of each other. One passenger said the plane had to take immediate evasive action and climb 600 feet to avoid a mid-air collision. Sounds like interns at The View when Joy Behar's coming down the hall. Flight attendant was reportedly hurt, and the plane had to return to its takeoff airport. Passengers knew something was amiss when the captain illuminated the holy sign. Good, I'm glad you did that. We should spell out all our swear words. That is such a good idea. Anyway, Chris, you're an intellectual, I believe. You put the man in Manhattan Institute. I'm breaking him in slow. What are we doing? What's going wrong here? Can we blame it all on Mayor Pete?
Yeah, I think we should, but I think what's happening is part of this broader process. We see a continual erosion of the standard of living in this country.
Right.
You have rolling electrical blackouts. You have airports in chaos. You have state after state now abolishing standardized tests. We're lowering our horizons. We're substituting ideology like diversity, equity, and inclusion. But the people are starting to feel that it's no substitute for excellence, merit, actually building things that work. And I think that if this continues, it's going to be ripe ground for a politician to come and exploit people's frustration. The quality goes down and the price goes up. Is typically the conditions for getting someone that has the stones that it's going to require to make some real changes in our country.
Yeah, you know, could you put a camera on Chris Rufo for a second? Tyrus, doesn't he look like he would be Pauly Shore's more successful brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I just look at him and I see Pauly Shore got his act cleaned up. You travel probably more than anybody here.
Unfortunately, yes.
So, is it? It's an obvious question. Is it getting better or worse? But it's.
You know what? I think it's funny that the people that went out and actually bought blankets and pillows had to go.
Yeah.
Because they stayed at the gate. But if they would just go lay in the doorway when you walk in, they'd have been fine.
Yes.
That's true.
Like pick.
It's a hot, and it's hot out too.
It's hot. It's like heated. In the winter, I guess it's heated. In summertime, it's a sauna. But that's frustrating because the airlines, you don't do that. You have now they're lucky because they're celebrities and they went on Instagram and said, "Hey, anybody want to put up celebrities kids for the night?" And I'm sure they got people. But regular John and Joe taxpayer would be stuck in an airport with no hotels with small children, and the airport basically said, "Sorry, you have to leave now." That's terrible, and that's a reflection of what frustrated people. They don't have any backup plans, and they love to use the excuse "act of God." But since they don't believe in God, shouldn't we have to change that?
Yeah.
Like, because it's always, we're not responsible for getting you a hotel room unless it's the act of God.
Yeah.
Well, he's not allowed in our churches, schools anymore, in our airports. And if you sing Pledge Allegiance to the United States, so shouldn't act of God be gone and now it's just active airport?
Active Mayor Pete.
Active Mayor Pete.
Active Mayor Pete.
Shouldn't they be responsible? That's what sucks, is that it's only convenient when it's convenient for them.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame that they had to leave. They weren't hurting anybody at the gate, and clearly they did the right thing. They had to got blankets and stuff, so shame on them for that, because the alternative is to walking out with the street of Boston.
Yeah. You know, Kat, what kind of world would you want to live in this world if Mr. and Mrs. Kristen Bell are treated like riffraff? I mean, on the ladder of celebrity, I mean, we are above them, let's be honest. But I mean, if they're going to treat our nation's married celebrities like this, what hope is there for single celebrities like Pauly Shore?
Wow. Wow. I feel like you don't have to answer that.
Yeah.
This is not a courtroom, and you're not her lawyer.
No, actually, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so worried I have an unpopular opinion, but that's never stopped me before. Okay, if you'll note, I don't know if they were kicked out for sleeping at the airport. They might have been kicked out for like building infrastructure at the airport. Because you can get away with sleeping in the airport if you don't make a big deal about it. This was clearly about the production. And again, I know this might be offensive to say because I don't have children, therefore I know nothing about the world. But I do know that she's not brushing her teeth there.
Yeah.
She's nowhere near a sink.
Yeah.
She's walking around the airport with a toothbrush in her mouth. Like, look at me, I have to brush my teeth at the airport. It's like you're influencing. So maybe they were kicked out for aggressive influencing.
I would like that.
And not for sleeping at the airport. Because you can sleep at the airport if you're kind of just like a little gremlin there.
Yeah.
Like me. But yeah, and again, but I don't know what it's like to have kids, so it's probably harder to be like, shut up, be a gremlin to a child.
Yeah.
But that's probably why they were kicked out.
That's why you drug them, right, Michelle? Drugging children, it's not something I endorse, but if I had kids,
You know,
look
it's
out,
funny
drugs.
You said that because back in the day, your grandmother would do that.
Yeah. Oh, my
Give you
mom.
a sip of the
Whiskey.
They put a little something in your bottle if you were colicky or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, knock you right out.
Exactly.
Not that I condone that. I
No,
certainly
not at all.
don't. I think they probably got kicked out because I think there are a certain number of hours in the airport where the public isn't allowed. I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll say, and I'll dovetail off Pauly Shore over here, is that we have, what's wrong with like being excellent and having really good, really high standards?
Yeah.
What's wrong with living in nice, pretty surroundings with clean airports and flights that don't crash? What's wrong with this? It seems like there's a certain portion of society way over on the left that feels so guilty about it because not everyone in the world can do that.
Yeah, so we have to...
That we have to lower ours in order to make everything fair. So rather than be aspirational and inspirational and say, this is what can be, we've started to just impose this, no, we can't be better than everyone else. We have to be as low as everybody else. So we're not going to worry about flights. We're not going to worry about airports. We're not going to clean people. Out in New York, in the streets, there's parts of the streets you go down and you go, what in the hell is that scent?
I live
there's
on
an
that
odor. Well, maybe it was you.
I got some...
It was just a joke.
Don't apologize.
Don't apologize.
See what
Don't
she puts up with?
All right.
Fire away.
Yeah.
It was you.
Yeah, it is me. I have an active bladder.
But you know, and trash bags all over the place. Why do people accept this as okay?
You're right.
It's one word, equity.
Yeah. Lower
You're hiring people based on how they look instead of
Lower the
resumes,
standards.
and everything goes to
equity is another term for lower standards.
Yes.
There you go. That should be on a T-shirt like this, where it says "Nothing is possible." Gutfeld. All right. Up next, award-winning hair and a dress with flair.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.